Jay is coming out to Grand Summers Global, and to an extent, everyone who's already had him has kind of been invited to this like closed beta test, and everyone else that didn't get Jay just wasn't able to get invited to it. But now, here it is becoming open, and everyone has a chance to get in. I've been seeing a lot of people ask if Jay is still worth it, since we've had multiple characters come out that kind of do a similar thing to him, especially one of the most recent ones, which was Summer Miyu, and a lot of people think that just because she is out, that Jay is completely invalidated, and to that degree, I say no, but I can kind of see the thought process to an extent. As someone who's used Jay for countless amounts of quests and runs and hours, I'm a little bit of a Jay expert, just a tiny bit. Everybody knows about Jay's main gimmick, this whole 200 arc gauge when battle starts, and of course this happens on every single new stage in a quest. This is of course really strong because it allows him to use his true art, which reduces the enemy's damage res by a pretty substantial amount, or if you save up enough art gen, you can actually wind up using your super art right afterwards, and this will give you damage up and art gauge up. This actually does get weaker though as the quest goes on. Both of these are insanely strong. For one, the damage res down is really good. Not to mention too, it's probably the fastest damage res down art we have in the game. If you kind of want to use him more for the art tuning support, of course you could just use his art because it does give everybody 20 art gauge for the first 120 seconds of a quest. But majority of situations, especially against certain difficult like Crest Palace farms and everything, you're going to be doing the true art most of the time because that damage res down debuff just gives you so much extra damage. And that's kind of like the main flow with Jay. Usually you load into a quest, have it set to where he's using his true art, and he's just going to spam that every single stage, and even when he gets to the final stage, he's going to do the exact same thing. Now, the super art though does come in handy whenever you want Jay to be like the main focus. This is usually the art you're using when it comes to like the mines and stuff because he can ramp up so much damage, and this is kind of just what he does by himself. Inside team comps, he just kind of gets better, especially whenever you're able to use him with other characters that are maybe reducing physical res, buffing up physical damage, or just mitigating damage, because Jay, even though he is more of this like get in get out kind of attacker, he kind of can be used as the main damage even in like longer sustained fights thanks to his super art ramping up damage like it does. I would say that I wouldn't want to keep him in a fight longer than 2 minutes though, because that's when he just gets significantly worse than most other characters in the game. I guess like the worst part about him is that he's just not that go-to attacker when it comes to those super long fights. Some people may even say now that a negative to him is actually Summer Miyu being out. I find that a little bit dumb to an extent, just a tiny bit. Summer Miyu is almost identical to Jay when it comes to the way how their kit functions. The thing is about these two characters is that, well, Summer Miyu buffs up the entire team's damage every time she uses that true art, and that's the reason why she's so strong. And Jay is a physical damage dealer. I hope you guys see what I'm about to say. You can use these two together. Like, there's been plenty of times where I've ran content with just these two being in the team and no one else, and they clear it all by themselves. So just saying that Summer Miyu instantly beats out Jay because she's the new shiny toy that does the exact same thing isn't necessarily accurate, since these two can work together, and they work together extremely well. Of course, he has insane viability when it comes to mono water. He has insane viability outside of mono water. He just has insane viability by himself because that's the way how this unit is made. And of course, he works extremely well with one of the newest characters that just came out, Summer Miyu. And if you were somebody who got Summer Miyu and then you got Jay, well, for majority of content in this game, you won. Like, there's nothing that is gonna beat you. So in all, should you summon or should you skip on this banner? I highly recommend that you actually summon for Jay. Not going super deep, but at least doing a multi-summon on this banner. There's no bad part about having Jay. Like, he's just a very strong, very good character, so I don't understand why people are saying that he is a skip compared to a lot of other units. I mean, sure, if you're trying to be extremely stingy with your crystals and you already have a character like Summer Miyu, but to me, this is a character that is absolutely worth having, especially considering with like some of the most recent releases we've gotten, he's only getting better. One thing I would tell you though, I wouldn't use my crystals and then also use like my alch stones, or I wouldn't just go crazy on my alch stones and then go crazy on my crystals. I would pick one or the other. The reason why I say that is because even though Jay is so cool, he's one of my favorite units in the entire game, I love this guy, we cannot deny the fact that Holy Knight Roy is right around the corner. More than likely, Holy Knight Roy is coming out for New Year's or a bit after New Year's. And if that is the case, then he is literally like 2 to 3 weeks away. So don't go broke when it comes to your alch or when it comes to your crystals right now. you definitely need to save at least a little bit for that guy. Ladies and gentlemen, though, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all for hanging out. It's been your boy P. Tell me down below what you all think. Do you guys think Jay's still worth it, or do you guys think that he's not? Let me know all that type of stuff down below in the comment section. We may even do a new updated showcase for Jay since we got the triple 4+ on him now. You know, we may have to show him off just a tiny bit, just a little bit. We'll have to see. Either way, though, thank you all again for hanging out. And last but not least, don't forget to drink water.